I'm Courtney and I did my 20% project on video games and education. While we were watching the PBS video for the RAD activities, Quest to Learn talked about how they offered courses in video game design and how they incorporated video games into a lot of their learning. And I thought, what? Can video games really have an educational aspect? Kids just sit by themselves, they're plugged in, they aren't discussing or working hands-on with kids. And so I decided to do my project on and see for myself if video games actually have an educational aspect. What I found is that video games are much like a well-designed learning system. If the system is well-designed, then you don't finish it without guarantee that you've learned it already. And this incorporates into gaming because you don't move on to the next level until you complete the first one. So once you've learned the first one, you're ready to move on and learn in the second one. As John Seely Brown said in the video, the power and importance of play is one of the most overlooked aspects of development in an educational setting. Play is really important. It offers students a chance to have hands-on experience and work with other students, and it's really important in having them internalize the information that you're trying to teach them. This tinkering brings all of their thought and action together. It creates these epiphanies where everything comes together and creates a lifelong learning event, because as they see their skills working together, they can see that they're actually learning something beneficial to their life, and they're not sitting there thinking, oh my god, why am I learning this? I'm never going to use this again. They're actually seeing their work put into use. So why video games and learning? The Institute of Play focuses on the importance of incorporating games into education. According to the Institute, there are 3 key moments in gaming that make these games beneficial. Students want to participate. They're always asking, can I play? Can I join? They want to get involved. They want to save their progress, showing that they're engaged. They want to stop and pick back up where they went before. How many times do kids work on a worksheet and not want to pick it up ever again? With this designing of video games or playing with a city or other engaging video games, they want to pick up that activity and restart it. And then finally, students want to show others how to obtain their level of mastery. So as other students are working, they're constantly helping them, get to the next level or develop a skill that'll help them to complete the level. If gaming gets students involved in learning basic skills, why not use this to our advantage as educators and provide them with this educational gaming opportunities? So one organization that I found was Glasslab. Glasslab is a nonprofit organization, and they work together with leaders in education, assessment, technology, people in the STEM program, and gaming programs to create games that are effective in learning environments and can serve as formative assessments. Games integrate core standards and key 21st century skills. There's a link that you can look at to see more about Glasslab and what they're doing in our education system. One of the games they're currently working on is Simcity EDU. This game is expected to release this fall, and it mirrors SimCity's management theme while incorporating STEM to provide standard-based challenges to players. So it uses a game that a lot of us played when we were kids, and a lot of kids are still playing right now, and it incorporates learning into it. So SimCity EDU provides sample unit plans with detailed lesson plans. They offer help to actually help make teachers be able to incorporate this into their curriculum. Some of the units include Power to the People, which has energy consumption, costs, consequences, so you can set up simulations where you can have something happen in the game and the kids have to problem solve to make it better. There's a unit about learning the basics of human needs in the city, so you need to have a hospital, a grocery store, a gas station, green space, everything that people need. And then there's also building blocks, geometry, and math-minded SimCity building. This one works with geometry and city planning, and the end assessment is students need to apply their knowledge and understanding of key terms and concepts related to geometry to build the road for their city. So they're going to use their basic skills that they learned in geometry to create something, and you can assess them as a teacher to see if they understand their geometry skills, and they are assessing themselves as students to see if they can do it and how they need to fix their skills so that they can complete the task. Quest to Learn supports a passion for lifelong learning. They work and offer a course for designing video games. Video game design gets students involved and engaged in their education and supports a combination of skills including math codes, script writing, problem-solving skills, and much more. Seeing a combination of these skills that they learn in other core classes creates the epiphany as talked about by John Seely Brown and therefore creates lifelong learning experiences. When students see their knowledge being put to work in real-life situations, it creates a thirst for more so that they can create more. So how do you incorporate video games into your own classroom? To really have video games benefit your students and enhance their learning, you cannot simply place kids in front of a TV screen or in front of a computer and let them go at it at their own. Video games support collaboration and discussion among students and teachers. They allow students to demonstrate mastery of all subjects. If I were to incorporate video games into my classroom, I would use a game like Simcity EDU where I could use it throughout the year, allowing students to become comfortable and confident with the program so that they look forward to using it throughout various units. With Simcity EDU, you can plan to revisit important aspects such as city planning, natural resources, effects of the environment, and lessons can be planned into section throughout the year so you're constantly building on the previous skills that you learned. It is important to use the game in different subjects so that students can see that everything that they are learning is important and beneficial to them as they use all their skills throughout the game. Students need to use science, social studies, language arts, and math to succeed in the game, and if you incorporate examples into every subject, students will experience moments in which they are witnessing the effective learning system that you have created. Vicki Phillips had a great quote where she says, "A great educational game is not the technology equivalent of broccoli drenched in ranch dressing. It doesn't try to mask the benefits of learning behind a veneer of entertainment. Like the best video games, educational games engage players and work with them to create a rich, integrated experience." This is entirely true as we get the greatest criticism in video games when students are just playing fluffy games where they're, jumping from cloud to cloud on a unicorn and trying to get coins. But when you have video games that really don't try to mask learning and aren't just mindless games, and students can see their skills being used, it's really beneficial to them and they'll want to learn more so that they can continue to create, which is really great in an educational setting and why we should learn to integrate video games into our teaching.